Hi, this is Lacey
This is Jason.
from Bourbon House, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious podcast.
Well, thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Started on badass.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Where you guys at? You guys are in the south somewhere,
Wisconsin.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, west. I thought it was more south.
Oh, I wish we were more south. It's cold here.
Is it still pretty? It's starting to get really nice here in
What's
Virginia.
that?
It's starting to get really nice here in Virginia. Rena's in Finland. I think it's still 24 hours of blackness, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, well, it's getting lighter. Every day we get a tiny bit more sun, like 3 minutes worth of or something.
Right.
And gradually work it to midsummer when the sun doesn't go down at all. So exotic. Cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Right now it's a fucking blizzard and I'm supposed to bolt to a show like in an hour and a half, and I'm more like, maybe just candles, a blanket, Netflix, beer.
Yeah, that sounds great.
But I put on this face, so I'm gonna go.
So anyway, let's
So how are you?
let's chat about Bourbon House.
Yeah.
So I hear you guys are, well, let's start with, for those not familiar with Bourbon House, can you give us the official 2-sentence boardroom pitch?
You go. My brain doesn't work.
I guess we are a modern rock band that is inspired by 70s classic rock, such as Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, Heart, etc. And we have a modern twist, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Kind of, I guess the original concept was, what if Janis Joplin sang for Led Zeppelin? What would it kind of sound like? And so that's kind of what we shoot for, I guess.
I can see that. I mean, it's definitely very bluesy and very soulful and very old school rock and rollish. So I mean, those bands that you mentioned, I can definitely see the influences from there.
Yeah.
Especially in songs like "I Got Trouble." I mean, that's a slow burner, I guess you'd consider it, but it's very, very bluesy and very emotional and very full of feeling and that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's what we were going for. It's kind of funny that you said a slow burner because we have another song on our album. It's called Slow Burn. It's also
really?
Yeah, it's also a bluesy kind of westerny kind of song.
You guys are currently getting ready to get out on the road, right?
Yeah, we're leaving in a week now.
What's it like to finally be able to even say that to anyone that you're finally out and ready to play?
It's nice. It's nice. I hope I hope people are ready for it. I hope people are ready to really start embracing live music again and embracing being in crowds and stuff. It's always a gamble. I don't know. We'll see. We're looking forward to it though.
Yeah, we don't really know what to expect because we did tour last year as well, but depending on where we were, a lot of places were still had a lot of restrictions, and a lot of the general public in some places didn't really want to go out yet. So I guess we'll see what it's like now.
Yeah, it was last year was definitely even more of a gamble. When we did it, it was like things were just starting to reopen, and then obviously everything shut down again after that. So yeah, we'll see. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be fun no matter what.
So what do you do like when only a handful of people shows up? Like, is that like a bummer for you guys, or just gonna rock the stage as hard as 4,000 people?
Pretty much, yeah. We just put on the same show, because that handful of people matter. They came for the show, and they deserve the show. So, hi there.
I mean,
okay.
In the end, they paid their money, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you find it difficult to, I guess, to perform like that without the exchange of, and to what Rena said, like without the exchange of the energy from 4,000 people as opposed to 12?
I guess I wouldn't say I find it difficult. The only thing is obviously when you have the energy of more people, it's easier, but I wouldn't say it's difficult.
Okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I get it. I get it. So what's like your favorite part of touring? Is it just the playing or like hanging out and fart jokes in the bus or like
Fart joke?
There's got to be fart jokes or it's not a tour. Like,
Oh, for
seriously.
sure. All the toilet humor. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Just the change in routine, it's easy to fall into a rut or a routine when you're not on the road, and it's, you're doing your usual things, whether it's band practice, and then there's recording, and then there's a video, and there's an interview, and it's just like this constant rotation of stuff. But when you're on the road, all of that disappears, and all that matters is getting to the next town, playing the show,
Mm-hmm.
and then packing up, going to the hotel, going to the next city, playing the show, and it's just, there's a rut there too. I mean, that's a rut and it's a routine of its own, but
It's a lot more fun of a rut.
It's completely different from what you're used to.
Yeah.
And it's fun because you're always in another town. You wake up and you have to think about it for a while to remember which state you're in or what city you're in, It's fun.
That's
It's,
awesome.
if as long as you don't hate traveling,
Yeah.
it's all about rocking and traveling.
Are
So
you,
what's your normal routine if that's like a welcome break? And I love if you guys have cha-cha, there's low-key just shaking kiss behind Bruce. It's great day. I don't know, maybe he's humping Gene, who knows?
Yeah.
But anyway, he deserves it though. He is.
yes.
But, so what's your guys' like normal routine? I totally get like, the exhilarance of touring and just, the rut of it as well, but just like having that completely different like existence for a little bit. So what's your normal daily or weekly, monthly routine?
Oh
Normal
God.
life like?
It's
Oh,
a lot of social media. It's a lot of office work, honestly.
It's all office work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's getting pictures taken and doing graphic design and
Mhm.
doing logos and
Just responding to people, even like we communicate a lot with our fans. So it's just there's a lot of
correspondence,
just a lot of back and forths. A lot of correspondence for sure.
responding to comments online on the posts, and there's like 10 social media platforms, and then there's the agent and the manager and the label and the recording engineer and videographers and photographers,
our bandmates, and then there's rehearsals, and
there's the unsolicited stuff where people are like, hey, can I come to your concert in July and take pictures of you if you pay me $100? And we say no. How about you pay us to take pictures of us?
Wait, that really happened? Somebody reached out and said they'd come to your show, take pictures, and you pay them?
Yeah, I mean, they're looking for work.
Time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're looking for
jobs. Yeah.
When we announced that we were at Rockfest, we got like 1 million of those photographers who are like, I'm going to take photos of you at Rockfest. I'm doing it. And I'm like, okay. For free. That's cool.
Wow.
Thanks.
Yeah. I'm not sure I approve of that business model.
Right.
Like, I sort of do, but not like, it.
Right. There's like a thing
kind of
where
you go to an amusement park and
hustling.
you get a fucking snapshot of the
Yes.
And then it's like overly priced and you don't like, no, I bet you guys know photographers. You can like ask.
Oh, absolutely.
You like,
that's the thing.
Girl,
Yeah.
you like.
It's very competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's thousands of people out there who have a $900 camera and they want to go take pictures of the local talent.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how much can you charge for that? There's probably somebody.
There's a lot of people willing to do it for free. That's the
free.
problem. It's it's an economic problem, really.
Also, I imagine people are trying to get into shows for free as well, right? That's, hey, I've got a camera.
Yeah.
I got a Polaroid camera. I want to come get into the show. Can you hook me up?
Yeah, that's happening. And for that, it's like we don't have say really in that. That's really like a promoter thing. So we'll have people come and ask us if they can get in for free for, to do this or whatever. And we always just point them to the promoter. We have nothing to do with that. That's a very like slippery slope. You can't start doing that. Really.
So when you guys are writing, are you writing with the live setting in mind, like how the song is going to come across live, or are you writing the song for the song's sake and then adapting it to the stage later on?
I say for the song's sake.
The second one. Yeah. I'm not really thinking about it live at all when I'm writing a song. I'm only thinking about writing the best song I can.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll figure out how it's going to sound live later on.
Yeah, because we can always adapt it. We can change it to make it better live. If it's a song that's not so great live, you can always add something to it or just like make it a live version of that song. The song's the most important.
Along those same lines, then, are you writing a song? Is there something you want your fans to take away from after listening to a Bourbon House record song or even seeing you live? They're like a takeaway?
Yeah, I want them to feel, I guess, what we're intending for them to feel. That's kind of how we write songs. It's based on feel and vibe more than anything. So, I want them to feel that. I guess for live shows, I want them to have a good time, and I want to hopefully give a couple people goosebumps,
Rena?
Yeah. What kind of things would you say, Jason, that inspire you to write? Tell us about the last time you were like, holy shit, a song is hitting me because boom, this happened, or
a song that we wrote.
Yeah.
Usually I'm inspired by something that I hear that I like, and it could be something that I've liked my whole life. It could be a song like "Oh Darling" by the Beatles. It's just a song that I've loved my whole life. And now that I'm in the business of writing songs, I think, well, maybe I should write a song like that, So I start working on it. And, I can usually aim towards a certain genre or a certain feel and kind of write my own version of that sort of song. So another example would be "Since I've Been Loving You" by Led Zeppelin. We've written a couple of songs that were inspired by that song. And they always, we let them go in their own direction and take on a life of their own. So, it's not really about copying a song or making it sound like that song. It's just sort of the inspiration that made us begin writing, and then it may go off in a totally different direction and sound nothing like the song that inspired it, which is okay too. If that happens, we usually use it again and try to write another song inspired by the same one.
Yeah, that sounds cool. And that's
it's
different
usually what it is.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I just try to write a song if it's something I haven't done before. I might hear something on the radio. It could be a current song or a current band, and it makes me think, we've never written a song like that. We should try to write something kind of like that. And like I said, it's not so much about copying another band or another song, because it always goes in its own direction anyway.
It ends up sounding like us. We're never gonna be like, let's do a techno song or like something that's really far out or anything, but we like pushing never. Never say never. That's true. Our next album is all techno.
I've thought about that, but
is your writing more of a collaborative process, or is it more of you, Jason?
It's very collaborative, I think. It's really me and Lacey, for the most part, putting down the first 90% of it before we take it to the band, because we just know that if you go into a band practice and say, hey, I have a riff, and that's all you have, not much is going to get done.
That's very
It's
spinning tires.
a big waste of time, you know. So we try to have the song, you know, 80 or 90% done before we even show it to anybody, and try to run through it with the full band. And then the band may have some input, or they may not. Maybe I end up writing the last 10 or 20% of the song right there at practice, which sometimes happens. I'll come up with that one riff that we needed. And other times it doesn't happen until we're in the studio recording the song. And then we come up with the bridge that we didn't have, or whatever it was.
Gotcha. Rena, you got anything else? Stay safe on the road. Glad you're finally out there. And we'll talk soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having us. Nice to meet you.
Be well, my friends.
Good
Bye.
luck with the tour.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.